All right, let's do something a little more useful. We are going to grab a file from the class resource site here. So let's say we wanted to copy this file called test.fa, which by the way is just a plain FASTA formatted file. All of you are probably familiar with the FASTA format. Greater than sign, some sort of an identifier, and then basically it can be protein or DNA sequence. This actually happens to be a protein sequence file. What I want to do is I want to grab a copy of this file and bring it into my directory, the directory that we are working in right now. So I want to get a copy of this file here. There are multiple ways I can do it. I can basically right click on that file, do a save link as, save it to my local desktop, and then move it up to the server by using the secure file transfer that we've talked about. And we'll learn how to do that next time. This time, I'm actually going to show you a Unix program called curl that will allow you to grab a copy of a file or a folder from a web location directory. And for that, we need to know the full file path to this particular file. So what I'm going to do is, you all have this direct web page open. You can just use the tiny URL if you close the web page for any reason. I'm going to right click on this file name and I'm going to copy the link location. I need the full link that is pointing to this file. So I right clicked on the file name and I am going to copy the link location. I'm going to come back to my window here. So you can go up to the edit and do paste. You can right click and choose paste. Don't press return yet. So what that did was it copied the file path that I had copied by using the right click copy location has now been copied here. So this is the full valid web path for the test.fa file. So I'm telling curl to go out to this location, grab a copy of this file, and I'm going to save it. Generally, -O option is specified for -O sort of stands for output. So I'm going to say that save this file in the current directory. With this name, you can give a different name, doesn't have to be the same name. This is where you could be fancy and use the relative file systems that you just learned about. So you can provide a different path somewhere else and have the file saved in that location. I'm just going to save it in the current directory that I'm in. So you could see that instead of having to go to the site, download the file to the local desktop, open an SFTP window session, transfer the file to your server, just by using a single command, we have been able to transfer the file here. So if you now look at the long listing of your directory, the file that we just brought down should be there. Actually, this is a shorter file, so why don't we get this file called db_prot. So I'm going to go back to that page again, hover on the name, right click, copy link location, use the program curl. I think you don't have to explicitly provide -O. I think you do, because if you don't provide the option -O to save a copy locally, as you could see that what curl is doing is it's retrieving the file from the web location, but it's just printing it to the screen. It's not actually saving a file in the local area. So for that, we do have to say -O to make a local copy. And now it actually downloaded it. Sorry. So you can see that this is a slightly bigger file, has more things in it. So if I just do a more, so that's the program command you've learned. If I just do more, it's going to keep showing me one screen full at a time. And when you have a larger file, more actually shows you what percent of the file have you already gone through. So what we are looking at here is 3% of the total file. So we have, as you keep pressing the space bar, you can see that number keeps incrementing. So there's several entries in that file. You can use a command called cat. So this is a new command we're going to learn. So cat dbprot also will show you the contents of the file, but it will not stop at a screen full. It is going to scroll through the entire file without stopping. So more has the advantage of showing one screen full at a time, so you can actually inspect the contents. If you just wanted to list something, you can use cat, which will just go through the entire file. By combining our knowledge of putting two commands together, we can pipe the output of cat through pipe. I mean, it's again sort of dumb. You could directly use more command itself, but just so we can, just because we can, let's pipe the output of cat through more. So instead of going through the entire file, what is happening is now the cat program is showing us the contents of this file, but we are piping them through the more command. Is that confusing? Exactly, that's dumb, but I'm just showing you that you could. Just because we can, we're doing it. It's not very logical. You might as well do more and then have essentially the same thing happen. But this is just an example of how you would be able to concatenate two commands together. I don't think I have this in my handout there, but I can cat the contents of this file and then use a different program called word count. Now, so far, all of us have been just working in a single window. But remember, we are interacting with the server, and we are in no way limited to a single window to interact with the server. We can have multiple windows open, and the way you can have multiple shells open is by clicking on this icon up here. So if you click on this icon, we can open a completely brand new terminal window. So we have a second avenue of interacting with the server while we are logged in, and this way I can open multiple shells and I can have different things going on in different windows. So no way are you restricted to a single window when you're interacting with the server. Because you must have, yeah, so you put, I put my, so if you look at the directory here, yeah, I put my file in just at this level. So every time you open a new shell, you can see that it's automatically drop you into your home directory. This is a nifty shortcut that is available with the secure shell program. So for example, I'm in this directory called my project, and I don't want to actually open a new shell and have to type cd to that directory. What I can do is I can go up to the window option here and say open a new terminal, but directly open it in the current directory that I'm in. So that saves you a cd command. So what happens is the program issues the cd command for you automatically. So when you open a new shell, it directly puts you in whichever directory you were in when you issued that command. One more thing that is useful at times is a command called file. File will tell you what sort of a file it is. So in this case, it happens to be just a text file. ASCII is the American Standards Institution that decides what computer characters are coded by the ASCII codes. If I do file bin nano, it was user bin nano, I think. So this time I'm not trying to run nano, I'm only trying to find out what kind of a file is user bin nano. And you can tell, you can see that this time it's telling us that this is an executable file. So this is actually a program that you can learn. So this way you can find out what sort of a file you are looking at if you're not sure. So this is a executable program, and then it gives you some additional information about what kind of system it's built for. So anything that says executable, you are able to run. A text file you can view.